Okay, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Today we're going to learn how to carve our linoleum blocks. We want to make sure that we have a bench hook and that it's hooked onto the edge of our table. We want to make sure that we have a handle and it's got all of its pieces intact. And we want to make sure that we have some gouges available at our table. Remember that the gouges are labeled 1 through 6 depending on the size of their opening. Today I'm probably going to be working with probably a size 2, maybe a size 4, and if I need to do some detail, maybe a size 1. All right. First thing we need to know about carving is how to change out our blades on the gouge handle. Now, what I'd like you to be able to see is how there are 2 parts in the center of the gouge handle. One you can kind of imagine is a big round nose, and underneath it is kind of a smiley face. It's like a guy with no eyes and a big nose. If you move around, you can kind of see how the mouth is separate. If this doesn't look normal or if a part is missing, it's broken, so please come see me. Please don't twist the heads completely off because then these parts come out or they get put in backwards, which can damage them. If it comes off, please come see me. I'll help you put it in correctly, but try not to twist it all the way off. To change the blade, you're going to twist it a little bit until it's loose. Then you're going to take the blade that you've selected, and in this case I'm going to start with the number 2 gouge. And there's a sharp end and the rounded end. I'm going to put the rounded end in between the nose and the mouth. Okay? Press it down gently till it goes all the way in. And then twist your blade handle, not so it's so tight you can't get it off, but that it's securely in there. That will keep the blade from wobbling and it will help keep you safe. I'd like to remind you that these blades are very sharp, but with care and cautiousness, you should be just fine. All right, I've got my gouge in my gouge handle. Next, I'm going to make sure that I've outlined the entire image on my linoleum block. And then I'm going to take my linoleum block and I'm going to place it in my bench hook in this little notch that's been cut out. This is for your protection. Basically, this notch will hold your block in place so that you're not tempted to hold it with your handle. If you hold it with your handle, you run with your hand, you run the risk of accidentally cutting your hand. This way I can keep my hand out of the way, securely behind my gouge, and so if I were to slip, I will cut the wood and not my hand. You'll notice how it says hands off. You might hear me periodically say, hey, hands off. Please do not carve towards your hand. You're always going to carve away from your hand. It's tempting to do for your safety. Please always carve away from your hand. All right, I'm going to start by outlining my image. And as I do that, I may need to turn my block to get a better angle. I have decided that I want this part, the outline, to be ink and the rest to be white. So I'm going to be carving around my snowman and my snowflakes in my word so that the whole background is carved. I only want to carve down 1/4 of the block maximum. If I carve too far, my block can break and that will destroy your image. So I'm going to start by taking my gouge and settling it into the surface of my block. Notice how my left hand supports and guides my gouge. And I'm going to start by outlining my image. See how I barely took any off? Oops. Just a little bit is fine. Don't go too deep. So I'm going to turn it if I need to turn it. Oops. Get back in there. Rotate around. You can see there's a little bit of a valley, not too deep. It's better to go too shallow and come back and go deep than to go too deep and not be able to fix it. So once I've carved the entire outside, I'll show you how to do the background. Thank you.